I started investing in silver my first year working on my PhD. I used to love to do these medical research studies, psychological studies. You would one of my most memorable tasks was one time they were doing some eye tracking studies. And you would follow this dot on the screen. They would measure your vital signs. They would measure your eye movement. They would ask you questions, and you could make $20 or $30 a study like that. And there used to be a website with lists of all the studies, and I would make a good $50 to $100 every week. And then I would go to the coin shops and buy silver. Now, not long after I was doing that, we had the financial crisis of 2008. And on paper, I lost about half of my, half the dollar value of my silver. And I remember everybody just chided me. Now, I remember distinctly, I had a classmate who was very overweight. And he used to eat a lot of crap. And he asked me how I lost so much weight. Because I lost a lot of weight my first year at school. And he claimed that he wasn't eating that unhealthy, right? He would drink a soda occasionally. And I looked at him and I got to ask, like, I didn't ask him, but in my mind I'm thinking, well, how's your occasional soda working on you? I mean, and it's still going to cost you money, right? And I remember thinking that, obviously, I don't know what his situation is, but even if I bought an ounce of silver and it lost half of its value, I'm still well ahead of him buying a six-pack of soda with that same money, right? And it just goes to show, and 20 years later, it's not even that big a difference anymore whether I bought at the top or the bottom back in 2008, right? Just goes to show the perils of trying to time the market. And then a few years later, I was attending coin shows, and in 2011, silver prices crashed from $50 down to a bottom of 15, and a lot of the coin dealers that I knew at the show were no longer involved in coins. And I remember going to the coin show and them bragging to me about how much they were able to use leverage, and obviously that did not work very well to them because it required very precise timing, right? I bought a lot of silver when it was, well, not a lot in terms of the volume of silver, but I bought silver when it was $40-$50 an ounce. And I'm doing pretty well because of the magic of dollar cost averaging. I'm also doing relatively okay because of the way I bought the silver. See, when silver was $40-$50 an ounce, the premiums on some of the rarer silver coins like Walking Liberty, Morgan, Peace silver dollars was considerably lower. So I was buying rarer silver coins compared to the kind of silver that I buy nowadays. And so I haven't lost as much as you would think. See, what would be really nice is if I could trade it back and forth, right? In theory, if I took the silver coins that I bought in 2011 and traded them for silver bars, I might be able to recover some of those losses. The problem is, of course, that going to a dealer and trading probably wouldn't do too well, unless you're willing to spend a lot of time haggling with private buyers. And I'm not sure about the tax implications of trading one form of silver for another, but in theory it could be done, right? In practice, might be a little bit trickier. So it goes to show some of the perils of trying to time the market. Now, this past year I was also trying to time the market, not the same kind of market you're thinking of, and it did not turn out too well. I was involved in a relationship with a girl earlier this year, and I was trying to time things because I wanted to go to a theme park that would reopen. It's open now. I haven't had a chance to go there. Silverwood Theme Park in Idaho. They have a ride that I love called the Spin Cycle. It's the only ride in the United States that actually hangs you upside down and does a 360. And I want to break a world record for most number of times on that ride in a 24-hour period. I don't know if anybody's going to recognize it. I don't know. I'm lucky if I can get anybody to witness it, but I'll give it a shot. And this is a perfect year to be doing that when nobody's going to the theme parks. And so I was trying to, and then there's this month there's a lunar eclipse. Next month there's a solar eclipse. I want to see all that. I was trying to time my relationship with that girl so that things wouldn't be so serious by the time of these events so I could go to them, and then things would heat up after the solar eclipse on June 10th, right? And in July, August, that's when we'll get into the serious part of our relationship. I was trying to time it that way. It did not turn out very well. What I should have done was enjoyed the relationship for what it was every week, right? Dollar cost average the relationship. Oh well, I'm sure I'll meet somebody. I kept my body young, right? So I'll have more opportunities to invest in that. Anyway, just some of the perils of trying to time the market. Thanks for watching.